Hello everyone, how is everyone doing? It is Oxnum Gaming 08 here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And also, welcome back to some more of my Gotham Knights Showdown series. If you remember in the previous video, we did the Harley Quinn Showdown, where we faced off against Harley Quinn in the Gotham City Hospital, I think it was. And it looks like in today's video, we are going to be playing the Clayface Showdown, which is part of the Clayface campaign in this game. And here's the description. Face the ultimate version of Clayface in this showdown with a poisonous twist. Clayface is more resourceful, and his attacks inflict toxic and concussive elemental effects. Concussive means that he'll make you go dizzy if the star is full. The recommended power level for this battle is 18,400. My best time for it is 13 minutes and 40 seconds. And the villain attacks poison and dizziness. So if you're at any point enjoy, or if you'd like to see me make more videos on this game, which I hope you do, then do consider dropping a like on this video, and also if this is your first time watching the channel, do consider subscribing and turning on all the notifications if you have not done so already, so that you cannot miss my future uploads on this game, which is going to be every weekday at 3 PM British time, and subscribing is a brilliant way to helping me reach 200 subscribers, which I very much appreciate, assuming that's my next sub goal. And also, did you know that only 10% of you who watch my vids are actually subscribed? So if you could do me a really big favour and subscribe, then that would be brilliant. And thank you all so much for the love and support on the previous videos on this game, but we've got a Clayface to fight, so let's get into this. And this takes place in the same area as the Clayface boss battle in the Clayface campaign in this game. Let's just watch the cutscene first. Oh, it apparently is not a cutscene.
I'm not seeing Clayface anywhere.
Where was he at?
He would miss his own premiere.
Oh, a filtration report. Oh, cool. Yeah, and if you're wondering why it's in this area, because like I said, this boss battle takes place in the same area as it did in the Clayface campaign of this game. So all the cutscenes will be the same as it was. Let's just watch this cutscene now.
This would be fun.
Come to watch the show, Red Hood.
Nah, I'm just here to kick your ass.
I'm done playing. Tonight is mine, and you won't stop me.
Alright, so here we go with the boss battle. Yeah, although I like this boss battle, I have to say that it's one of the most hardest ones in the entire game. Not because Clayface constantly attacks and I don't know what to do at times, but I think it's just because there's so much to it. I'm not actually too sure why. I do like it nonetheless though, because if you know me well, boss battles are my favourite bit in a video game. And it's the reason why I quite like Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, because, you know, it has a boss battle in like every level. That's why each level is villain-based. Yeah, and also at some point during this boss battle, Clayface might create little clones of himself. and then you'll have to fight those guys as well. So basically, the way that this boss battle goes is there's a boss battle to begin with, where you're fighting Clayface, where you are here right now, and then it skips to a Bat-Cycle chase from him, where you need to get to a place to evaporate all the water that's in the clay that's used to make him, and then it ends with a boss battle that's a bit more harder, and Clayface will create clones of himself for you to fight whilst you're fighting him. Yeah, so that's basically this entire boss battle in a nutshell. And remember guys, if you're at all low on health, make sure you use a health pack in order to revive. Time for the barrage! Oh, my health is dangerously low. I mean, I'm okay with my health being like less than 20%, but as soon as it reaches like 9 or 8%, that's when I use a health pack. But I always make sure to avoid damage in the meantime. And when my health is low enough, I always use a health pack, that's when. But that is no problem for games that allow you to regenerate, such as some games such as Deadpool and Shattered Dimensions and The Amazing Part in Edge of Time, and so on and so forth. Games that use a healing factor. Yeah, because they actually allow you to regenerate your health over time when you're not in battle. Yeah. Although I think the same would work if you were in battle. Let's try and hit a heavy melee hit on them. Right now. Whoop-pow! It is time for the barrage. Cutscene time.
Case closed. Belfry, Clayface looks done.
Are you certain we're still detecting something? Readings are spiking. You must evacuate now. I'm sending the Bat-Cycle to your location.
Did you really think it would be that easy?
Yeah, this is also the bit that I mentioned at the start of the video as well. The chase scene where Clayface chases you down and you have to get to a smelting factory, which is a place where you can like evaporate the water from Clayface, I think. Yeah, I think that's what it is, and Clayface will turn into a river that will chase you, and all you have to do is just get out of its way, and you must make sure you stay out of the way of the sewer lids, because they will do an explosion-like attack. Yeah, like the explosion attack seen in LEGO games, or something like that. Yeah. Boom, like that, and you can, and some of the clay-like vines, I guess you could call them, will make different shapes, so you have to go into the holes that are free to go through them. Yeah, that is, I think, but overall, I think that's it of the chase, yeah. I think all you gotta do is just chase far away from Clayface, and then get to a smelting factory, and then the last part of this boss battle will play. Yeah, and I think the bit after this is the bit where Clayface creates these clones of himself. Yeah, I think that's how the whole boss battle goes. But other than that, I think that's it. Yeah, and I always used to die a lot on this section. Probably either because my health was always too low, or I had no idea what I was doing. Yeah, one of those two things. Or maybe I just let the Clayface River catch up to me. Right, cutscene 2 time. Alright, so it's time for the third bit of the battle. See, this is the area where Clayface becomes a rock, and you will encounter these sort of clay humanoid figures, which are the enemies of this boss battle. Yeah, and what they do is that when you deplete all of their health, they somewhat explode, so you gotta be sure you're well enough out the way when that happens. Or how about just defeat them using ranged attacks like I would, yeah. Although you can go in and use melee like I would sometimes. Yeah, but I am giving off pretty good tips on how to survive this battle. Yeah, and unlock a really good achievement with it as well. Oh yeah, and did I also forget to mention that Clayface will throw these clay balls at you, which are made out of moist clay, not hardened clay. But yeah, if you can, make sure you go up and hit a heavy melee hit on him. I think defeating the Clayface humanoid clones is also a good way to actually building up momentum in order to do the attacks that can easily defeat Clayface. What, remember, stay out of the toxic puddles. I think that when Clayface creates the clay stalactites, they inflict poison. And when he hits you, it causes concussion. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, when he does a ground slam like that, he causes concussion, which makes you go dizzy, and when he creates the stalactites, it creates a poison puddle, which will cause you to get poisoned, which will also allow you to get damaged over time. So make sure you're out of the way when that happens. Charge shot! Nice, at least we're out the way in time. Yeah, and also one thing, yeah, in LEGO DC Supervillains, you can actually allow Clayface to, I think it's like, yeah, where you can hold down the character selection button and he'll grow into a mega form. Yeah, basically a minifigure form where he's basically the same size as all the other minifigures in this game, where he's basically all the same size as all of the other characters in that game that are minifigure size, and then when you hold down the transform button, he'll grow into a Solomon Grundy size Clayface. Sorry, I just can't talk today, that's all. It's because I'm talking a bit too quickly. But don't worry, I do fit in quite good information, don't worry. Well, watch out for the puddles! Let's start off a bit of the second bar, why not? I think the reason why I'm building up a bit of the second bar as well is that when I use up the first bar, I'll actually need to put less work into building up the second bar. Yeah, and apparently it's also... Wait, cutscene time. I'll be quiet.
Take the shovel
Yeah, and it's also at this point during the battle where Clayface will make his hands morph into different melee weapons, and he'll also throw spiky balls at ya. But I think this is the final stage of the Clayface battle, and all you gotta do is just defeat him. He can create knives, katanas, hammers, mallets, even spike balls, basically any melee weapon you can think of. I know it's pronounced melee, but some people pronounce it melee, right? Yeah. Doesn't really matter though. All same pronunciation, but yeah. This is basically the final phase of the boss battle. Yeah, and Clayface will create these giant clones of himself instead of normal sized ones, which are pretty much the same size as the big thick Clayface in DC villains that I mentioned earlier. Whoops, I wasn't looking very carefully. Now, what I would think is a good idea is if you, like, get a hit of each enemy, then, you know, you'll build up momentum a bit more faster. Whoopsie daisy. Time for a barrage! Pew, 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 pew. Oh, the concussion bar is like 3/4 full. Better make way for that. Yeah, and I think the bigger Clayface enemies, the clone ones, is that I think they deal a lot more damage than the little ones. Yeah, whenever the character I'm playing as gets concussion in this game, I always feel like it's a good idea to use the health pack in order to regenerate them. Another good tip is to use a health pack when you're in concussion.
Looks like you had some fun.
Gotta get my kick somewhere. And now you get to write it all up.
Just another day at the office. Stopping a clay monster from drowning the city isn't the weirdest thing I've ever done.
You and me both. Gotham keeps us guessing.
And busy. The commissioner wants me to bag and tag each piece of clay individually. Thank you for that.
Sounds like a hard ass if you ask me.
That's the understatement of the year. I swear, if you spandex people were so useful, why do I even bother? Ugh.
Completed Clayface Showdown. Yeah, pretty good battle that was. That was actually the second to last battle in the Showdown, yeah. Because there's a total of 5, and in the next video I'll be playing the last one, yeah. Which is Talia al Ghul, I think, if I remember correctly. She's the wife of Ra's al Ghul, and also the mother of Damian Wayne. Yeah. Speaking about that, I kind of wish Damian Wayne was Robin in this game, but hey, at least Tim Drake is Robin, who I am okay with, but I actually rather have it Damian Wayne, yeah. But anyway guys, so like that, I am going to end the video here. If you at any point enjoyed, which I hope you did, or if you'd like to see me make more videos on this game, which I hope you do, then do consider dropping a like on this video, and also if this is your first time watching the channel, do consider subscribing and turning on all the notifications if you have not done so already, so that you cannot miss the finale to the Showdown series of this game, which is going to be tomorrow, which is going to be on Monday, the 6th at 3 PM British time, and subscribing is a brilliant way to helping reach 200 subscribers, which I very much appreciate, assuming that is my next sub goal. And also 10% of you who watch my vids are actually subscribed, so do me a big favour and subscribe if you have not done so already. But anyway guys, I shall see y'all in the next video, where it looks like we're going to be doing the final showdown in the game, aka the one against Talia al Ghul. Anyway, I'll see y'all then. Goodbye! Have a great day, have fun, and stay safe.